Welcome back to the UK Journeyman save here in Football Manager 26. In today's episode, we have our first two games in our second season here in the save. We are at home to Ruthin Town and then we are away to Newtown, both in the Cymru North. I think it's Cymru. JD Cymru North. As you can see, we obviously mentioned in the last episode, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It was our transfer special in Season 2. We did get off our competitive fixture with a win in the MG Cup, which is like the FA Cup, I guess, in Wales. It's the equivalent. We beat Portmodog, who are in our league this year. So that's a good sign. They are newly promoted, though, so maybe not one of the best sides. In terms of what you can expect from us this season, we are season preview wise third, which is a lot better than last year. So last year, I think season preview had us around mid-table. We obviously overperformed that, finishing in... Actually, maybe we didn't overperform that. I think it's a cat just jumped behind me. Yeah, I think we finished around there, but obviously we joined rock bottom. Portmodog are actually expected to finish second bottom, so the fact we only beat them 1-0 is a little bit concerning, but we didn't have a full squad then. We did have some missing positions where some random players came in and played there, but we've got a full squad now, and this is the squad we've got for our first game. We're actually going to make a couple changes because there are a couple tired legs, actually. Let me bring you in. And who else could play left back? I'm sure there was someone else. Well, Ryan Hand can play there, and then we've got Watkins who can play centre back. Sorry. So this is the team we're going to go with. Actually, no, Watkins is absolutely knackered as well. Oh my God, we've got a lot of tired players. A lot of tired players. Davies can play there. Hand's really tired as well, though. You know what? I'm just going to go back to what we had. Hand in the middle, and then the left back in for Davies. And I guess we'll just have to do it like that. It's not great, is it? Why is everyone so tired? It wasn't that long. I mean, it was pretty long ago we played the cup game. It was like a week. Anyway, Bolden will come in. So this is the team we've got, right? So I didn't realise they were that tired. What is this? Oh my God, I miss looking. This is familiarity. I've been thinking this was the fitness condition this whole time. The bad UI coming back again. Right, let's make sure we've got our first team in then. Let's get Williams back in. So this is condition. So everyone's full. They're just not all match sharp. This is familiarity, which makes sense. They're new. They're going to take longer. And when we moved hand, yes, this is not fitness. We need to get rid of this. We need to... or at least take note of that. That's my bad, to be fair. This is the team we're going with. We've got Parsons in goal, a back four of Searle making his debut, Thomas Searle, 19-year-old Welsh right back, Norman Hand and Zavia Campbell making his debut, 18-year-old English right back, but he's going to be a left back for us. A midfield two of Charlie Williams making his debut, 20-year-old English centre mid, pairing up with Davies. And then a familiar front four. We've got Danny Jones, McCoulion, Smith and Ford up top. For our first league game, we should be hopefully doing well. Let's assign some numbers to the new boys making their league debut for the club. Obviously, a few of them did make their cup debut, or at least their debut for the club in the cup game. As you can see, this is the team we're going against. Ruthin Town didn't look where they were expected to finish, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the top three. I think Newtown are favourites for the league. We play them in the second game. So realistically, that's going to be a good test for us to see where we're at. We are on 1.25, aren't we? Yes. I've seen a lot of people complaining that there's no 1.5 with the match highlight speeds. It's either 1.25 is a little bit slow or 1.75 is way too quick. For me, 1.25 is maybe a touch too slow, and I do think a 1.5 would be about right. But for me, 1.25 is really not too bad. But 1.75 is way too quick. It's like it's such a drastic increase that it's not watchable. Like I'd much rather watch something slightly slow than watch something just too quick, because it's just not watchable. And then, what can you... It's just not an enjoyable watch. And we do get the opening goal, and it's a debut league goal for Charlie Williams. He puts it in the back of the net. Lovely assist by Hand. From the set piece, we didn't score many from set pieces last year, and it's something I've delegated to the assistant, hoping that might create a bit more than what I had got set up. Hopefully he knows a little bit more about the set piece stuff than I do. But we haven't actually scored from a set piece, but it was a second ball from a set piece. So potentially, an improvement in what we're creating from set pieces anyway. Maybe I'm just showing a bit of wishful thinking. But that is a horror challenge from the Ruthin Town player, Luke Mitchell. And it's a straight red. And we're used to seeing that in Football Manager, a player just randomly going in two-footed, and they've not really adjusted their tactic for it either. They've just left a massive space over there on the right-hand side. And I don't know if the right wing is going to be coming back in. You'd think he would just fill in to make it a flat 4 in midfield. But yeah, we should be taking advantage of this. We are obviously 1-0 up, and they're down to 10 men. This should be the easiest 3 points we should ever get, but we are still only 1-0 up, which is a little bit surprising. We are in a positive mentality, which was definitely involved a lot of goals for us last year. We definitely created a lot and scored a lot last year, but we conceded a lot. Now, thankfully in the Cup, we kept a clean sheet. So far in this game, we've kept a clean sheet. So if we can start to add a more resilient defence to the system, then that's going to, probably lead to us winning most of our games, because attacking wise we were perfectly fine. It was just in that defensively we were poor, and I think now that we've got some proper fullbacks in, it's obviously taken a while for us to sign them late in the window, but we've got them in, and now we've got a proper defence. We've obviously got 2 centre-backs playing in their regular position. Obviously for a lot of for the first few games we were in charge, Hand was playing out at left back because of a necessity, but now that we've got people in the right positions, we've got some proper fullbacks in, and obviously now I think we've got an improvement in midfield as well. Davies is still there. I would have liked to probably get someone in for him as well, but I think Williams obviously off to a good start as well for him. So I think the team is improved. Sure, they look happy. That's all I want. I think the team's improved, and we pretty much went from bottom of the league to pushing promotion. So with that in mind, I think we're more than good enough to finish in the top 2. Whether we can win the league, I guess we'll just have to see. This has been an okay start, but again, you would expect with them being down to 10 men, we would have created a bit more. We would have had more chances, scored more goals. It's not necessarily played out that way. Sometimes it can go that way when the team goes down to 10 men. They kind of just sit in and don't even bother trying to tackle. It looks like McCoulion might have actually picked up an injury here. It's actually a second red for Ruthin Town. That one didn't look like a second. Oh, it was a second yellow. Okay, that makes more sense. So they're down to 9 men now, which I think is a good chance for us to probably bring on some players who need some fitness. I think Watkins can come on for his league debut and maybe debut overall. I think Penprace can come on as well on loan from Hartlepool. Bolden can come on. Willow Sullivan, our youth player, can come on. We are only 1-0 up, but we are, and we'll take Hand off as well for Mila Davies, another one of our youth players, because they're down to 9 men now. I mean, they should, even if we played a full youth side, we should be not losing this game with a 2-man advantage. So it's a good chance to get some fitness into the boys who need it, and give a chance to some of the younger players. But I would have expected us to score more. Obviously, like I say, once the team goes down to 10, they do tend to sit in. Now that they're down to 9, though, I mean, this should be such a man advantage. We should absolutely be getting more than 1 goal in this game. But if it isn't the case and we just get the 1-0 win, then it's fine. We'll get off to it. Obviously, there is a few new players to bed in. It's going to take a few games for those to get familiar and the like. That wasn't a bad effort, to be fair. I think the commentary pretty much tried to copy what I was going to say, or I was going to copy what it said. It wasn't a bad effort at all from Jones. Willow Sullivan just knocked it back to the defender, who knocked it straight in the path of Jones, but he could not convert, unfortunately. Still 1-0, not long to go. Danny Jones taking a free kick, very, very on the edge of their half. McCoulion plays it out to Campbell, who's going to look for an option. He doesn't. He goes for it himself. I think it actually hit the crossbar into the path of the goalkeeper, who has he's held onto the ball. He plays it long, but they've just got no one up there. It's a very isolated team for them. They've all just packed the defence, really. They're not even going to try and create anything, which probably makes sense. It is damage limitation for them. A 1-0 loss, given that they're down to 9 men. Yes, not a good start to the season, but certainly not a horror show. And we do play out from the back. Norman not really eager to get it forward, which makes sense. Bolden plays it to Sullivan, who plays in Brendan Smith, and this could be our chance to get a late second goal. Smith rounds his man, hits the post, and no one's there to follow up. That's, again, a little bit disappointing. We should be making more of those chances. Watkins picks up the loose ball, plays in Penprose, back to Watkins. Can he get a good delivery in? He swings one in, but it's actually cleared well by the Ruthin Town defence. Smith will pick up the loose ball. The highlight's still going. There might be something coming of it. It's swung into McCoulion, who's brought down. Not sure if it was a penalty, but then we've also brought someone down on the counter. Ben Bolden brought down one of their players. And it does end 1-0, but it's 3 points. It's a winning start, which is better than what the team started last year. So I guess we'll take that. But yeah, I'm going to say we'll raise our performance levels because I'm happy with the result, but we should be scoring more than one against a team who went down to 9 men. But Newtown actually lost their opening game, and they're meant to finish top. So that's actually a good start for us. Plenty teams won. Only one team, only Portmagog drew their opener. So they're not a terrible side. So at least we've beaten a good, an okay side. But yeah, we'll see how we go. This is broken, by the way. This is a bug. Sometimes when you get this, you have to click continue for it to close. Very, very odd. So for our second game of the episode, we are at home to Newtown, and we've actually got a couple of new players in. Jaden Foxwell. Still learning the names. He's a new boy. He's just signed for us. He is a proper left back. He is actually left-footed. He's got 3-star current ability, which for us is actually a leading player in the league, which shows you how much we've improved the squad. With 5-star potential, he is formerly of Bristol City and had a loan on in the south version of this level last season, so not a bad signing at all. I actually joined on a free last season. So he joins us on a non-contract deal. And the other one in the door is Harry Dakin, 21-year-old English centre mid. 4-star of current ability, which puts him as a Premier Division player, which is very good, with potential to get even better. Formerly of Pennebont, on loan from Notts County, joins us on a free after leaving County at the end of the season, which means that a couple of players have obviously dropped out. Keane Foreman is not in the squad, as is Ben Bolden. We've actually offered Bolden out to try and find him a new club, because with Penprace on loan and Davies on the bench, and 2 there in the starting 11, we really don't need him. So he's probably on his way out. Keane Foreman may get recalled. I guess we'll just kind of see what happens there. I don't know why he's wanted, because he's on loan. I don't know who could possibly want him. But anyway, this is the team we're going with for the game against Newtown. It's Parsons in goal, back for Sell, Norman, Hand, and Foxwell making his debut. Williams with Dakin making his debut. And then the familiar 4 of Jones, McCoulion, Smith, and Ford up top. Everyone's fit. Everyone's raring to go. The new boys are in, making their debut. And the good thing is we've actually got a proper left back now. So we haven't got a right footer at left back, which was maybe hampering some of our attacking. Some of our attack last game. Everyone expects us to lose. Do they really? Are we that far away from Newtown? Obviously, they signed a couple of players that we wanted. Darcy's actually on the bench. He'd have been starting for us. That's all I'm saying. Which maybe makes me wonder how good their starting 11 is. But they did lose their opening game, so they're not infallible. We are away. I thought we were at home. We must have been at home for the first game. That's my mistake. I thought it was the other way around. I thought we were away first game. I clearly wasn't paying enough attention. But yeah, we got off to a winning start. They haven't. So we do have the momentum, but they'll be looking to put right the wrong of losing on the opening day, considering they are league favourites, but we want to keep the momentum going. If we can get a win here, 2 from 2, it's starting to look good for promotion. Obviously, automatic promotion is the aim, which is winning the league. If you finish second, you have to basically win 2 games to get promoted in a playoff. So it's definitely a win the league or not situation. I mean, yes, you could technically win the playoffs, but leaving that up to chance, not great. I think if we don't get promoted this year, there's a good chance we look at moving jobs, because I think we'll have built up hopefully a little bit of reputation, managerial acumen by then. We got away with that. Nearly an own goal from us there. But yeah, if we get promoted, then we'll be in the top division. We're making progress, and I think that's good. But, I don't want to talk about things like that too early, because it is still very early in this season. And I think the goal is promotion by any means necessary, but hopefully it'll be by the league title. But we'll have to see how we get on. We may need a tactical shift. Obviously, we built our tactic around what we had last year. Obviously, there's a couple of different players now, so we may look at playing a slightly different system, seeing if that gets the best out of these. So far, we haven't seen as much attacking threat as we had last year. In terms of, well, just in terms of goals, we haven't created enough, and we definitely haven't scored enough. Defensively, we look more solid, 2 clean sheets out of 2, which was definitely our issue last year, was we were conceding far too many goals. And we obviously have improved on the defense with some new signings. We haven't really improved on the attack. This is very much what we were playing last year, but it was working last year, so potentially just needs a bit of time to cook, and a bit of time to cook we will give it, as McCoulion finishes a chance from Smith. He was one of the main men last year, along with Ford, for the goals and assists. Smith and Jones also popping up with quite a bit as well, and that's another good start. And like I say, I think what we really needed was defensive stability. If maybe we don't score 4 or 5 a game, and we're only scoring 1 or 2, but we're keeping clean sheets, that's just good with me. I'd rather have a 1-0 win than a 4-4 draw. Obviously, you would, because it's 3 points versus 1. But I just mean in terms of performance as well. Like, I'd rather we were just about winning games than having these crazy back and forths where we just happened to get the last goal. You know, if it had kept going, it would have just been more goals either side. But that's a brilliant finish from hand, and that's exactly what I was saying. We needed more goals from set pieces. I delegated it to my assistant, hoping he would find what worked for our players, pay a bit more attention to it than I do, because I kind of just set it and forget it, really. When I run a set piece tactic, it's not something I pay a lot of attention to, and it's paid off. As we see there, we got our first goal. I think maybe our first goal of the save from a set piece, which is crazy. Corners are definitely not nerfed, but they're they are nerfed this year. I can definitely sense it. And Chris Ford gets a third, and maybe I was a bit too critical of the attacking threat, because we did only get 1 goal in the first 2 games, and maybe it was just because they had a player sent off, because we are 3-0 up and we're keeping a clean sheet, which is the most important thing for this side. We definitely look better at the back. Getting a proper left back in has seemingly made a big difference as well, and we are 3-0 up against the league favourites, which shows you that we are a much bigger threat this year. We are definitely, I think, we are one of the favourites for promotion. We are sitting 3rd, which is definitely, a promotion favourite, I guess, if you want to call it that. But we're definitely looking a lot better. Ford in the goals as well. We need him scoring just as much as he was last year. He actually managed to get 20 goals, which, considering he missed, or 21 or something like that, it was a low 20 number, considering he missed the first 10 of the season, not playing in the youth side, which just shows you how good he was. He's basically a goal-a-game player, which means he should be maybe even bang on 30 goals. I mean, that would be incredible. And honestly, I think if we were to get promoted, we wouldn't need a massive overhaul of the squad. I think, again, a lot of these players are probably good enough to play a step above. I think, obviously, the benefit of them all being young players is they're all still getting better as well. So another season under the belt, if we can get promotion, I think this squad's good enough to probably compete in the league above, and maybe even push for a European place. But I'm probably getting a little bit ahead of myself. But we are 3-0 up against the league favourites, so it's a good start. We just obviously need to keep it going. And I guess we'll do the episodes based on how well we're progressing. If we are actually a really good side and we're just winning games, then I guess we'll just kind of drop in and out as the season goes, and we probably won't spend too many episodes in the season, because if it's not competitive, it's not as fun of a watch, is it? You want to watch episodes where the league is closely contested, maybe even show you more of the cup games or something. But we'll kind of just, I mean, this is very not quick thinking. What's the word? I can't think of the word on the spot, but it's very just maybe underestimating the league and perhaps how much this is maybe just a one-off, because we did only score 1 from the first 2 games. 2 from the first 2 games. So this is technically the outlier. Now, I actually think this is probably us more at our regular pace, and the first 2 games were kind of one-offs, as Chris Ford makes it 4, and that is my sign to bring on as many players as I can. Will O'Sullivan's going to come on up top. Smith can come off. Actually, you know what? Smith can come off for you. Swap you around. And then we will bring Davies on. For Dakin, we will bring Watkins on. Right back, we'll bring Campbell on. Left back. And what's going on here? Let's swap you around. Swap you around. Why did I bring you on? Yeah, we probably want to take one of these off, but we really can't. So I guess we'll take off Hand. He's picked up a yellow. Is that all our subs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that'll be our subs. Probably could use another winger, I guess, would be probably the only thing really I'd be looking for in the market now if we was to still be looking at players. Obviously, if someone really good pops up, then there's every chance we go in for them. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the squad, and I think, as you can see so far, 3 clean sheets out of 3. Obviously, provided we don't concede this game, which is not looking likely as it stands, and plenty goals scored this game. I think we are more than good enough. Chris Ford makes it 5, and that is his hat-trick, I believe. Chris Ford with the hat-trick just before he got subbed off as well. That's very good work from him. And the highlight's still going. Have we actually made the changes, or is Chris Ford still on? Why have we not made the changes? We've scored. That was a break in play. Surely that was the chance to get the subs on. The whole idea is I want to get these boys off. Clearly, it was a good idea we didn't sign Darcy because they've not been very good. Now, I think he was on the bench, to be fair. No, we've definitely not made the subs because Hand's still playing. And there is Ford on the ball. He needs to get off. He needs to stop scoring goals and go sit his ass on the bench because we don't need him getting injured. Jones has whipped it in. Took a deflection. I thought there's no way this can be a goal. I don't know why we've still got a highlight. Why have we still got a highlight? End the highlight. What are we doing? Why are we still here? Nothing's happening. Jones on the ball. Into Williams. Into the right back. Play through McCooley. Or maybe another goal on the cards. Oh, it is. Chris Ford with a... He won't go off. He's like Arita Balaga for Sarri. He's just refusing to go off because he's scoring so many goals. It's 6-0. And now we've made the changes. Finally, I don't know why we couldn't have changed it there. That is 4 goals for Chris Ford. I mean, we've looked into a generational striker here. Generational's being quite generous considering the level of football we're playing at. But generational for our level and for our club. That's a brilliant win. That is 6-0, which really helps the goal difference, which means we should be sitting top of the league for some time, as long as we can keep doing what we're doing. Looks like someone's injured. Oh, I think it's the goalkeeper, actually. Parsons is injured. He's going to be out for ages as well. Oh, no. I didn't even notice this. Parsons is injured. Well, thankfully, we do have another keeper that's pretty much at the same level. Well, we'll give him the specialist. Obviously, we'll fork out the money for the specialist to get him back a little bit quicker if possible. But that's disappointing. But thankfully, as luck would have it, we have another goalkeeper who's pretty much the same level. So Oliver Jones-Price is going to have to come in, who's pretty much the same level as Parsons. He's a North standard player from the academy. Obviously, Parsons not from the academy. So we may have to go seek out a goalkeeper just to sit on our bench. But I guess for the time being, he can kind of just sit there. I don't know why they would want him on loan when we've got him on loan. I don't know how that makes sense. Anyway, that'll do it for today's episode. Where will we come back? Where would be a good place to come back? We've got a couple of cup games. I think I was wrong as well. I don't think this is the FA Cup because I think the JD Welsh Cup is the FA Cup. Maybe this is like the League Cup. There's a lot of cups. There's actually 3 cups we're in. We're in the Tier 2 League Cup, the Nathaniel MG Cup, and the Welsh Cup. I don't know. I don't really understand them all. So I think we'll probably come back. Maybe... Are you a good side? No, these are like non-league, so we won't come back for that. Maybe we come back around here, September-ish, play a few off camera, or do we go a bit further? You know what, we'll say here as an idea, but then depending on how things go, maybe a little bit later. If it's going too well, or if like say for example Buckley look like it's going to be a top of the table clash, then we'll come back for that. Otherwise, I think we'll come back around here for Bangor. 1876. So that's the plan. It's a soft plan though, so we'll see how it plays out. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.